Matt Brown. We're going to look at James Dixon's Then She Did. This one's in the key of A to start with, and we're in standard tuning. Alright, so the first chords that we're doing is kind of like A major 7 with some embellishments to a D7 with embellishments. So this A major 7 is played on your inner 4 strings. Fret numbers would be 0, 6, 6, 5. Okay, and he's embellishing that with an A major 13, which is open 6, 6, 7. So the embellishment is just a hammer-on while strumming the chord. So that type of deal. Alright, so the next chord, D7, that is also inner 4 strings, 5, 4, 5, 3. So it's like your C7 shape slid up 2 frets. And that's getting embellished with a D13. So you're just lifting up your first finger. So, alright, so let's put all of that together so far. Okay, so the next idea, on the recording he just repeats that, and live he does as well. Now the next time, you might hear some live versions, him doing that voicing, which is it's an A major 9 chord, so that's 6th string omitted, 0, 6, 6, 5, 7. So, and that slides down. So that's going to make that chord that would be a D6 with the root on the 2nd string. So that would be on your highest 4 strings, 4, 4, 3, 5. And then he lifts up that pinky finger to make it a D6, 9. So, and the last 2 chords he does here before the vocals come in is this. So it's just a little E minor chord there. That is played on your 4 highest strings. That's 5, 4, 5 open. And then he lifts up the 3rd finger to make another voicing of E minor. So the whole thing again. Alright, so that's it. That part, let's move on and check out the next part. So, kind of you go through the another verse, so there are 2 verses back to back, and then the second verse ends with the real ugly. So what that is you're just playing an F to a E flat. So 8 to 6 on your 5th string, and then the bass is playing most of what you're hearing, and then you're hearing an A add 9 chord at the end of the figure. So that A add 9 is 6th string omitted, 0, 7, 6, open, open. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look at the next little section. So on the recording, you're going to hear like some just like pedal A stuff after the chord. And then there's like this little pentatonic lick he does. So that's just open in 3, your A and C notes, and there's a little quarter step bend on one of them. That last C note. Alright, so the next part, kind of it builds. So at first you're just going to hear. So he's just playing like root notes of chords. So what you're getting there is that's 5 to 7 on your 4th string, 5 7 then back to 5, and then you're going to do 5 7 again, back to 5, 4 5 3. So and then you're going to add the additional harmony. So what you're doing there is the lowest note of the chord is staying the same. You're adding the first finger, so you're kind of doing this like 5-4 type shape here, and the highest 2 strings are always open. So that's sliding that shape up 2 frets. So that's how that part goes. So here it is. Okay, and then he's going to add an additional note to this. So he's adding in the 3rd finger to the equation now. So that's going to be at the same fret as where your 2nd finger is playing. And it's on the 2nd string. Alright, so that takes care of that section. The next section is where the big rock out kind of thing happens, where we turn on some gain. Alright, so let's check that out. So I'll play this part for you, it's pretty simple. Alright, so the first chord is a D5/A on your inner 4 strings. That's open, open, 2, 3. Then you're going to arpeggiate a chunk of a C add 9 chord on the inner 4 strings. That's 3, 2, open, 3. To a G5/D, which is going to be open 4th string, open 3rd string, and then 2nd string at the 3rd fret. So far we have. Then we're going to go to an A chord that's on your inner 4 strings, open 2, 2, 2. So I'm just doing this with a bar. And so you're going to embellish that with this little B note here at the 2nd fret of the 5th string. There's like 2 muted notes at the end there, and that repeats again. One guitar is going to do just what I told you, and the other guitar does like a little lead fill. So basically what you're doing there is you're playing like a G chord over the C add 9 to G part up high with your little D shape. So that's on your 3 high strings, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7. You're sliding that up to an A chord, same shape, just moving it up 2 frets, everything. Back to the A. Alright, so that's that riff. Alright, then the next part that you're going to do is a part that already happened before. You're just going to include the low A string is the only difference, and play it with some gain. So there's that. Alright, let's move on and check out what's next. So the next part's real simple, it goes like this. Alright, so what we're doing here, we're doing a big G5 power chord. So frets, that's 3, muted 5th string, open, open, 3, 3. To a big E5 power chord. So that's just like your E minor chord, but you're muting the 3rd string with your 3rd finger. To to the A chord that we had in the last part. And then the little pentatonic lick that happens in the A chord, you can do it over here, which would be 5, 7, 5, 7, those notes on your 5th and 4th strings. Or if you want to make it a little easier, that would just be open 2 on your 4th and 3rd strings. So it goes like this. All right, so let's check out the next section of the song and talk about that. Okay, for the next part, a word about figuring songs out by ear. It's almost essential to know what the bass is doing in figuring out the context of what's going on. So through this section, the bass player is playing an A note, Eric Avery. So what Dave Navarro is doing on top of that are little chord voicings that, if you were kind of quick to figure this out, you might think it's an E minor chord, but when you put an A bass note below it, it makes basically an A minor 9 chord. So what Dave Navarro is doing is alright, so that little chord grip to start with is on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, and it's 14, 12, 12. Okay, and then that right there, that note would be adding the 14th fret of your 3rd string, and so then that happens again. And so it's just kind of arpeggiating here. And then this chord right here is an A minor 11. So that is 14, 12, and 15 on your 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. Now this basically gives way to an F6 chord that is played on your 4 highest strings. So that is 4, 2, 3, and 1. And so then that section, it goes from an A minor section to an A major section, and we're going back to the kind of chord shapes. And then, and then at the end of the riff, it's embellished with that F6 chord. So that's basically this whole section. And some of the embellishments that you might hear are the same embellishments he puts on that little type thing earlier in the song. Okay, let's see what happens next. Okay, so basically what happens with the song is you go back to the riff. That's the that one, back to the type riff, and the song ends with that riff. The way it ends, though, is instead of doing like that, it does the G to E minor, twice. So like that. Alright, so that does it for Then She Did. I have not done the tabs for this one yet, so hopefully I'll get around to that soon. Alright, so thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I've got more videos coming. Alright, thanks.